we are going to do listening comprehension part 10. And today's passage is called Saving Bees with Seeds. So I want you to get that picture ready in your mind and start picturing it. Kyle tells us a lot, so I'm sure you have some ideas first. Ready? Mm-hmm. It's no secret that bees have been mysteriously vanishing for years now. In fact, bee populations have been dropping for about a decade. There are many theories as to why this is happening. Some of the assumed culprits include the use of toxic pesticides, killer parasites, and even stress. However, perhaps one of the biggest factors is a decline in natural habitat and the loss of the bees' preferred wildflowers. That's where Seedles comes in. Seedles is a California company that's using sea bombs as a strategy to fight the disappearance of bees. Now, it talked about the bee population has been dropping off for about a decade. From 2008 to 2018 is a decade. How long is a decade?
A decade is like a...
So 2008 to 2018 is one decade. So how many years is that between 2008
18.
and 2018?
18.
10 years. So a decade is 10 years.
Oh, 2008 and 2000, okay.
Mm-hmm. So a decade is 10 years. So in fact, bee populations have been dropping for about a decade. How long have they been dropping?
10 years.
You got it. And then it said some of the assumed culprits include the use of toxic pesticides, killer parasites, and even stress. Culprits. What do you think that could mean? If they're saying some of the assumed culprits include the toxic pesticides. Close. So if I get home and there's garbage all over the floor, I'm going to assume the culprit is Duke.
The
So
person or...
the thing responsible, right? The thing responsible for my garbage being all over my floor when I'm not home and my husband's not home is going to be the dog, right?
Yeah.
So some of the assumed culprits, some of the assumed responsible things include the use of toxic pesticides, killer parasites, and even stress. The reason why those bees are declining. In case you've never heard of them, seed bombs began as a fun way to adding plants to neglected lots in urban spaces. Urban spaces are Poughkeepsie, Manhattan. What kind of space is an urban space?
Like a big, large area?
Yes, and Poughkeepsie and Manhattan are what? Are they farm towns?
No.
What are they?
They're city towns.
They're city towns, so lots of people, lots of buildings. So, in case you've never heard of them, seed bombs began as a fun way, adding plants to neglected lots in urban spaces. So you can imagine seed bombs in urban spaces. People throw seed bombs, which are actually balls of seed and fertilizer, into fenced-off spaces that have been deserted. In the same way, Seedles wants to encourage people to plant more flowers using their seed bombs. The company created their seed bombs with wildflower seeds that are native to 6 different regions of the United States. Depending on where you live, there's a perfect seed bomb for you. For example, there's a Midwest mix that includes wild perennial lupine, lemon mint, and butterfly weed. The wildflower seeds are rolled up into a tiny ball using organic compost to help fertilize them. Then, some non-toxic colored powders are added for a bit of whimsy. We hear whimsy a lot, especially with Wonder, because it's huge right now. To see a shooting star can be magical and curious, and it might seem surreal. It can have a bit of whimsy. What do you think the word whimsy means?
Like flimsy, or it gives it texture?
So it sounds like flimsy because it kind of rhymes. Whimsy actually means like magical, wonder, like a little bit of like pizzazz to it. So if you see, it says here that some non-toxic colored powders are added for a bit of whimsy. It's to give it a little bit of magicalness and a little bit of like fun to it. So whimsy actually means curious, magical, those types of things. So it makes it a little more special. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Seedles, seed bombs can be tossed anywhere flowers are desired. All the seeds need is a little rain and sunshine to help them sprout. And the seed bombs are relatively inexpensive too. A pack of 20 brightly colored seed bombs sells for $13. Or if people are interested in helping but want to save even more money, they can make seed bombs on their own. It's easy. There's all kinds of do-it-yourself tutorials online.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it all right. I'm doing it.
For Seedles, helping bees is a crucial part of building a more sustainable food system. That's because here in the United States, our food system is highly dependent on pollinators such as bees. Without those hardworking pollinators, little is able to grow and thrive. Unfortunately, people get so busy in their day-to-day lives, they often forget to think about the link between healthy bees and our food. So, to change that, Seedles is partnering with like-minded local food companies to give away their seed bombs. They hope this tactic will raise more awareness about the extreme importance of bees when it comes to our food system and to our lives. In fact, Seedles' mission is to give away so many seed bombs that they will grow 1 billion wildflowers across America.
Okay, I'm doing it.
This blanket of blooms across the nation will bring back bees and ensure a sustainable food system for many decades to come. So they said they hope this tactic will raise more awareness about the extreme importance of strong bees when it comes to our food system and our lives. My tactic to get my insane amount of laundry done is to do a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
So what do you think a tactic would be?
Find a way, like.
Like a plan.
Yes.
So my plan to get my huge amount of laundry done is to do like a load at night.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it all on Saturday. That's a waste of my time. I do a little bit. That's my plan. So they hope this tactic or plan will raise more awareness about the extreme importance of strong bees when it comes to their food system and to our lives. But at the end it said this blanket of blooms across the nation will bring back bees and ensure a sustainable food system for decades to come. What does that mean?
Sustainable?
What does it mean? They are hoping that the blooms across the nation will bring back bees and ensure a sustainable food system for decades to come. You know about systems. So what is a system?
For the bees to like grow, and then they have to like get pollen from trees
and what do
flowers.
they do with the pollen?
They eat them. No.
Well, they pollinate. So pollination means that they help other plants grow by picking up that pollen, and then they make honey, and then they make food. It's a whole
new process.
It's a whole process. You got it. And a sustainable food system is one that can keep growing and keep itself alive and thriving.
So it doesn't change it.
Right. It doesn't make it so that they'll die out again. It makes them sustainable and healthy. I want you to replay the movie in your mind. We've gone over a bunch of vocabulary words. We've talked about these bees. We've talked about this company. So I want you to really go over that movie in your mind. What are you picturing? What are you seeing? If this was a movie or an hour-long TV special, what would be going on in your mind? So replay it in your mind silently before we go through the retell. Okay? So in that movie in your mind, which I have a great movie in my mind with those images of the urban areas and the buildings and the whole thing. So tell me your retell. I have a picture for you that I sketched out really quickly just to help us get our juices flowing and our mind going. This was the picture in my mind. It might be a little different than the picture in your mind, but I was hoping that it could help us retell in order what had happened. So tell me, saving bees with seeds. What is this passage about?
So they're telling us how much the bees went down by decade and what was happening. Mm-hmm. And then
what was happening to the bees?
They were getting extinct almost.
Yeah, they're almost like endangered, right?
Yes.
So their population has been dying off, absolutely.
By decade. And
Over
then
the last decade, and how long is a decade?
10 years.
Got it.
So the bees, so they introduced these like seed bombs.
Yeah. Seed bombs. Yes.
Seed bombs that like throw it to the ground on somewhere, then these will grow. Then flowers and like nice colorful flowers will grow and grow. And then like it's easier just to plant because planting is hard. So when you just do it, more flowers are gonna come and shine. So bees are gonna get take the pollen from there, put the pollen to a different tree, get honey, and then
How will it help us?
it'll help us by
How do bees help us when they get pollen from somewhere else and they pollinate other plants? What
Oh.
happens to us?
we don't have to sneeze that much.
Well, we do sneeze a lot from pollen, right?
Yeah.
But what happens to plants? Do we eat plants?
Huh?
Do we ever eat plants?
No.
We don't eat plants. We don't eat vegetables or anything that grows out of the ground.
Oh yes, we do.
Of course we do, right?
Yes.
So the pollination helps
Yeah.
grow food for us. How about the animals that we eat? Like cows and pigs, do they eat grass and flowers? So do the bees help them?
Yes.
So that makes a huge, right? It makes a
Yeah.
huge impact on everything. Tell me more about the seed bombs.
Seed bombs are there's seeds in a ball
Mhm.
and like fertilizer and colorful powder to make it shine more.
Absolutely, to make it a little bit more
Curious.
whimsy, right? What do the seed bombs need?
Seed bombs need a little rain and sunshine.
So would you say they're hard to maintain or easy to maintain?
Easy to maintain.
Where do they start off?
On the ground.
On the ground. Tell me about the first kind of area that they started putting these seed bombs.
In Manhattan, Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, and what kind of area is that?
Cities.
Cities and urban places, right? Excellent. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
Why is this important?
The seed bombs?
Why did we read this text? Why is this text important?
To help us know that bees are in danger and seed bombs can help them.
Yeah, it's a solution to a problem, right? Absolutely. So tell me about the seed bombs. Are they expensive? Are they?
They're not expensive. I mean, you can get 20 for a
You can get 20 for, do you remember how much?
yes, $13.
$13. So that's very inexpensive, right? Anybody can kind of help. What else could you do if you want to save money?
If you want to save a lot of money, you can do your own DIY. No, not DIY. Yeah, DIY.
And how could you do that? It told you something in there.
There's easy steps to do it in
Where would you find those steps?
internet or YouTube.
YouTube. That's exactly what I was thinking too. Absolutely. So they had said that they wanted to ensure a sustainable food system for decades to come. Talk to me about sustainable.
Sustainable, so it keeps on working and doesn't like die out.
Yeah. And a food system is that whole thing, right? The bees, the flowers, the plants, the animals.
Flowers, cities, sea bomb, rain, sun, everything in here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good job, bud.